she's much more glamorous than she actually lets herself be. You're as glamorous as you think you are, and she doesn't seem to think she's very glamorous.
There's nobody like her, is there? She's very, very loved. I mean, if ever I talk about her, or if ever people come to talk to me about her, it's with huge love and warmth. And whenever I think of her, she just makes me smile.
Well, sorry? Thanks to your umbilical incompetence, I, sexy yet vulnerable, and I'm quoting from Harper's here, I, Pat Bedford of Glamour, have been exposed on nationwide television as having some dubious connection with an overweight northern waitress with all the sophisticated allure of an airline salad.
She'll lift an audience up at the beginning of a piece, whatever it happens to be, and she will set them down gently at the end, feeling better for it, you know. Cheaper than a round of drinks, lasts longer, and you don't get a hangover. Marvellous. No wonder she's a national treasure.
The nominations for Best Film Actress are these: Julie Walters for Educating Rita, Meryl Streep for Sophie's Choice, Phyllis Logan for Another Time, Another Place, and Jessica Lange for Tootsie. And the winner of Best Film Actress is Julie Walters for Educating Rita.
Educating Rita won Julie Walters' international acclaim, yet it was her first film role. Her performance moved audiences in Britain and America, and offers from Hollywood followed. But Julie chose to stay at home. Since playing Rita, Julie has gone on to embrace a wide range of unpredictable and often outrageous roles. Yet her characters have always remained uncannily close to home, drawing on the emotional dramas of Julie's own life. Now living happily on an organic farm in Sussex, for the first time, Julie can look back at how her life has shaped her art.
The thing that connects the characters that I've played and that I like to play, I suppose, is that they're ordinary people, but in extraordinary circumstances. So you see, so that then brings out the extraordinary in them, and I just find that very interesting. I did identify with Rita.
Her anger at feeling inadequate when she tries to go to college and further education definitely came from my very early feelings of who I was and where I belonged in society and where my mother thought I ought to belong but didn't. I understood, Rita touched me in that way.
When you look at Educating Rita, you have to remember that Julie took her life by the horns and took it somewhere. She was a nurse, but she decided this is not what she wanted, this is not what she was going to be happy with, and she wouldn't settle for it.
If you want to change, you've got to do it from the inside, haven't you? You know, like I'm trying to do. Do you think I'll be able to learn?
Are you sure you're serious about wanting to learn?
I'm dead serious. Yeah, look, I know I take the piss and that, but that's only because I'm not, you know, well, you know, like confident, like. But I mean, I want to be, honest.
At the age of 20, Julie got into the Manchester School of Theatre. Her new life as an actress had begun.
Well, it was a great time for everyone. It was a fantastic time to be a student. And of course, The people who were there at the time formed what became the nucleus of what I call the Northern Mafia, who went on to the Liverpool Everyman, and who eventually went on to dominate the West End.
By 1981, Julie was playing Rita on the London stage. Against expectations, she got the film role, and Michael Caine was cast as her co-star. Once we had Michael, we had the money, you know, and then it didn't matter that I wasn't a star or anything, you know. So that was it. Well, I mean, then we did the film, and it was lovely. It was a really nice experience doing it. It was so gentle and easy. Everybody was Pisces, you see. Artistic and sensitive.
Julie and I got on very well, right from the start. And of course, she was although she was had never made a big movie before, she was very confident because for a start, she knew all the dialogue. I had to learn it every day. But she'd been doing it for a year. So there was massive confidence there in the fact that she could do it. The only thing that was never spoken to her was whether she would be too theatrical. But as you saw in the movie, she toned it down brilliantly.
I was at a house once where they served chocolate mints with their coffee. My husband. Oh, he's an electrician, you know. There's a marvellous Chinese takeaway just at the end of our street, you know. Have you seen Macbeth? By William Shakespeare?
Columbia Pictures bought it, and it just went on, you know, and got bigger and bigger in America. They just loved it. Even now I'm stopped by Americans about educating Rita, you know. It was an amazing thing. But it was great fun. I loved going to America. It was so funny.
I was afraid for her because she's not a Hollywood glamour product, and she needed very, very careful handling. And I didn't think Hollywood would understand her and understand that. If you imagine the original casting for Educating Rita, until Lewis Gilbert insisted that Julie played the part, was Burt Reynolds and Diana Ross. That was the original casting. And so you give you a rough idea of why I was telling Julie to be careful of Hollywood.
But I couldn't exist there. It's just not what I'm about. I'm not, you know, it's just a totally different way. Their drama is about escape. Their films are about escape. And our films aren't. They're about looking. Even the comedies are about looking somewhere at things, at life. They're not about sort of, let's pretend everything is like this, you know, marvellous. And, you know, all the kids have straight teeth and, you know, oh, God. I mean, I'd much rather have the teeth missing, really.
Gonna wait to look. John! Whoa! Somebody at the door fetches me teeth.
A huge influence on Julie's work has been the relationship she had with her own mother, a strong-willed Irish Catholic who had firm ideas about her children's future.
You'll be the gas man, I never paid.
Good afternoon. I'm a council official, and I've come about your lad.
Why? What's he done? What have you done?
Shakespeare's what he's done. He's taken a very good part. Has favourably impressed a prominent member of the Education Committee.
Telling my mother was very frightening. So I was going to give up nursing, which was a nice, respectable profession, you know. So I had to get my brothers to stand in between me and her and my father. The three of them stood in between me and my mother. When I said, I've given up nursing. You know, I was terrified. Gee, when potty.
An actor? And you went to